Welcome painters and friends. In today's video we will not deal with painting miniatures, but on the contrary we will try to remove paint from miniatures. Sometimes there comes a day when it just doesn't work. The colors don't mix well with each other, the airbrush is clogged or the brush is bent to the other side and the result is not what we expected. We need to start over and do it better. And in this video we will look at how to remove paint from miniatures. To do this, we will need a container with a lid, chemical liquid, a used toothbrush or an old flat brush, and the miniature that we want to wash. We put small parts in the container and pour chemical liquid. Personally, I use technical alcohol, which is not aggressive for resin and plastic models. There is also a liquid specifically designed for cleaning model, but I have not tried myself yet. I leave the container with parts on the side for a few minutes. It really only takes a few minutes. I recommend not leaving it for a long time and certainly not overnight. The chemical will start to react with the resin or plastic and the resin will start to soften. It becomes rubbery, especially small, tiny parts such as various swords, spears, thin flags, etc. This problem does not only occur with metal models or parts. After a few minutes, just take a used toothbrush or flat brush and slowly remove the paint from the surface. It is very easy and simple. You do not have to press too hard on the toothbrush or brush. As I mentioned, it also works on the plastic models such as wargaming figures or plastic parts without any problems. These figures can even be glued together. The liquid I use does not react to the glue. I must not forget to point out that when handling chemical liquid, I recommend working in gloves, safety glasses, a protective mask, and an open window in the room where we are working. Then we wash the model under water and put it on the paper towel to dry. For larger parts or larger models that would need a larger container and a larger amount of liquid, we will focus only on the part that we need to paint. This means that we use a brush to wet the part where we need to remove the paint. In some cases, the paint will remain in hard-to-react places, such as various folds, cracks, etc. In this case, I use a wooden toothpick and remove the paint. I use a wooden toothpick because it is soft and will not damage the surface of the model. Once the parts or entire figures are dry, we can apply the primer again. I use an airbrush and a white or grey primer. I only apply a thin layer so as not to destroy the details. One personal recommendation. You have repaired the figure, applied the primer, and now it is time to put the figure away in a display case or in a drawer. Why? Our brain remembers a lot, and if we start painting a figure again, we will probably make the same mistake as before. Personally, I start working on a new figure and only after some time do a return to the previous figure. I come up with other ideas, sometimes I find some new ideas, tips or procedures. That's how it works for me. Don't be afraid to mess some things up. Mistakes move us forward. Thanks to mistakes, our painting becomes better and better. Sometimes I have to remind myself that I don't have to be afraid to try something new, because I can always clean it up and start again. The fact that you sometimes feel afraid is a signal that you are about to expand your comfort zone and thus learn something new. Thank you very much for your time and for watching my next video. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Here is one way to fix a mistake and start over. Thank you very much for your support and we see you soon. Bye.